Intro, no nothing. Yes, people, and welcome back to Arsenal Revolution TV. And today, I got my guests here, my favorite guests. Jez, how you doing, Jez, today? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Good. Yeah, well, we can talk about it, but were we going to sign anyone? No. Never expected us to sign anybody at all. It's just pure bullshit from Arteta and the club and those supposed big name. What do you want to call them? Agents, whatever you want to call them. It's all rubbish. I knew we weren't going to sign anyone. It's all arse white. So yeah, there we go, boys.
Yeah, sweet. Good stuff. We'll get into that in a second. That was one of the most dreadful transfer windows I've ever seen in my life. That's a 0 out of 10. We didn't do anything, but yeah, we'll get into that afterwards because that kind of, don't you feel like, Aaron, coming to you, don't you feel like that win against Man City meant nothing because of the transfer window? And how you doing as well?
Yeah, good, man. Yeah, no, like I said, I was fantastic on Sunday and then brought instantaneously back down to earth on Monday because obviously, you woke up a little bit buzzing thinking, and that's the first time in a very, very, very long time I've left the Emirates Stadium happy. I know, we're not going to win the league from that sort of point. I'm not giddy, but, I've also been to that stadium and watched a lot of drubbings, a lot of punishment. So, to leave it was absolutely phenomenal. Sunday, I was over the moon. And then, yesterday, wow. It was what I expected. So I don't know why I fall in the trap because I knew we weren't going to do anything anyway, but it still doesn't make it feel any better. It was horrendous. It was horrendous. We all knew it was coming anyway, but it still doesn't stop it hurting, does it, people? Big up as well for having me on, Rashid. Big up, chat. Big up the rest of the panel, man.
Hey, listen, Aaron said it beautifully. That's the best way to put it. We knew it was gonna happen, but still it hurts. Dills, how you doing today?
Yeah, man, I'm doing well, man. It's been a busy day. You feel me? Just putting a new video on that. But of course, Arsenal always has to do Arsenal things, man. It's just the history of the Arsenal at this point. I'll be honest, but I just like to call out the Arsenal so-called ITKs because those are the man that the night before, after the Man City game, they were giving it all the big and they were saying, "Oh my days, something big might be happening. If this happens, all of this stuff." Guys like Eduardo Hang and Mo Arsenal, those lot there, you feel me? All of them are frauds. You feel me? And hopefully these fans actually start to see them for what they are, man. Just trying to get a little bit of cash off this club. You feel me? But either way, we saw this coming with the club. But it's just certain people within this fan base that just like to use the club for money. It's just that's the problem. That's the problem I have. You feel me? Right now, this transfer window. That's the biggest problem I have. You feel me? Because I knew what was going to happen anyway, regardless. You feel me? Whether we want to get City or not, I knew we weren't going to get anyone in. But it's just these people that just love to make clickbait titles off this club. It's just, it really aggravates me. I'll be honest, it really does.
Unfortunately, being a worldwide club and as loud as we are on the internet has its cons, but we'll get to that later as well. How are we feeling about the Man City game? I'd love me a bit of that. I was happy that we won. I've seen them humiliate us time and time again. I love that we went out there and won for 5-1 and we shouldn't have stopped. It should have been more, but you know how the Arsenal is. But yeah, Jez, how was you feeling about the Man City game? How was your feeling after the game?
It's a great result. Absolutely fantastic result. 1-0 up. We let them come back into the game and we were a little bit lackluster at the start of that second half. But it was almost, to me, a bit like the old school days. Almost. Where you had the proper captains we used to have back in them days. And they went, do you know, boys, rip the script up. We ain't losing today. We are not going to have this done to us again. We are not going to be 2-1 up and draw 2-2 like we did at the Etihad. We are going to absolutely take this lot apart. And it was almost like They sensed blood. They said, we can take this lot. We're going to take them and we're going to put them to the sword. And that's the attitude I expect out of this club. What we used to do. And I got the sort of feeling that the team just said, nah, we ain't having this. We're not having this anymore. We ain't sitting back. We're not going to sit here and let them come to us. We're going to take it to them. And we're going to punch them straight in the bloody throat. And that's what we did. Yes, it could have been more than 5-1. I agree. Havertz, that sloppy chance in the first half. And I've seen people sitting there, oh, well, he's now, he's our striker. Get out of town. Get out of town. He's not a striker. He's way too woeful with what he misses. So, no, he ain't. All right, yeah. People say, oh, he scored 9 goals in the Premiership. Right. By this time of the year, that should be 15.
Jez, can I add to what you said about Havertz as well there, mate? Because it's worth noting that he scored the 4th goal. What did he do when he had the opportunity to make it 2-0? The real goal. Yeah. That real goal he absolutely embarrassed himself and missed it. It was ridiculous, that attempt that he missed. And that's something that really settles that game. You go 2-0 up, you're like, yeah, we're actually in control of this. When we needed him, he was found absolutely wanting. Look, scoring the 4th and the 5th, they're pretty goals, aren't they? But the proper goals are 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And he doesn't show up for them. Not saying he never does, because he probably does. But when that real crunch moment gets there, he doesn't do it, does he? He misses by 2 yards from 12.
It's the clutch moments, Aaron. The thing is that we've been suffering from the clutch moments since time. Yeah. And Havertz just looks like a perfect fit for Arsenal. Because when it comes to the clutch moment, where is he? I know that he scored in the Champions League, but that was for another club. Sorry, for my club, I didn't see anything, any clutch moments. But coming to that,
off of that machine. He lives off of that.
Trust me. But yeah, Aaron, how do you feel about the Man City game?
Yeah, like I said, like I touched on a little bit earlier, it was just nice to be able to walk out of that stadium, and yes, maybe not go, yeah, we're looking at the champions here, but it was nice to leave smiling for a change. Usually I'm bored senseless out my brain. I've got my surviving Emirates survival kit, pillow, a little sleeping mask thing on, a little travel connect for when they're on, just to keep myself occupied, because it's bloody boring to watch. But yesterday was fantastic. Sunday was fantastic. It was, we were better than them in pretty much sort of every department. A bit annoyed with Bill Saliba for letting Haaland get the better of him a little too easy, but he's a world-class striker. He is going to get the better of you at some stages. Largely, Saliba's sort of dealt with him over sort of the fixtures more than sort of not. But yeah, look, it's a nice statement win. Does it say much to Liverpool? I don't really know. They probably would have looked and thought, oh, wow, yeah, that's pretty good. But would they be looking at that and thinking, oh, wow, we better buck our ideas up, or we need to make sure we're on it because Arsenal are coming to town? Not really. We've seen 5 there, and it's nice. It was nice on the day, but that was 2 days ago. What about tomorrow? I don't really live off of everything, What about now? What about tomorrow? We got Newcastle tomorrow. I don't care about Man City now. That's sort of done. Do you know what I mean? We need to be building off of that. Yes, I suppose you're going to talk about tomorrow. Does it give us a bit more of a chance? Yeah, of course it does, because, you're on a bit more of a high. But, as I said before, it was nice for us to have a little bit of positivity for a change. But yesterday, the transfer window brought us straight back down to earth. It's a little bit annoying, isn't it, mate? You can go straight for here, and we just absolutely nosedive straight back down to earth with that pathetic transfer window. It's very frustrating. Very, 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 very frustrating, boys.
Yeah, 100%. Well said, man. Dels, how do you feel about the Man City game? Team 5-1.
Yeah, to be fair, it was one of the best Arsenal games I've watched. Like, of course, I haven't seen the glory days of Arsenal, so that's not much to go off, but it still was something. Like, I can't remember the last time we went to a team like City and won 5-1. So credit to the boys, but it's just that Havertz chance again that just shows why we needed that striker. Because on another day, that's the chance we need to win the game. You feel me? And that's what he's going to do in that situation, man. I feel like a player like Havertz is all the mental. You feel me? Because it's a thing where it's like when he has to make decisions quick, that's when you'll see him actually being able to bag. But when he has too much time in the ball, he starts overthinking stuff, and you see what you saw with that second chance. You feel me? I feel like this sums up Havertz. You feel me? So it's just the player he is, but this is your cutthroat business, man. If you can't operate when you feel me, when you have time, then bro, we need to get someone else in, and that's what we should have done. But of course, you know how this club is, man. You feel me? Always trying to do the minimum, not trying to actually go for the title or anything of any note. You feel me? So listen, man, we take the win, but at the same time, yeah, are we going to go to Newcastle and still say, yeah, we're going to be in the Carabao Cup final? I don't think so. But yeah, man, it pretty much sums up Arsenal, man, these days. Like, we'll get a few natural results here and there, yeah, but when it actually matters in the end, you look back at it at the end of the season, it was all for nothing. It'll be all for nothing. We'll look back at the City game at the end of the season and think, what did we get from it? It was a nice day, but at the same time, yeah, we ain't going to accomplish enough. It's not something to look back in 20 years' time and think, yeah, this is what led to Arsenal doing this. Arsenal winning the Premier League. This is the kickstart to Arsenal going on to win however amount of trophies. Like, it's not going to lead to that. We know why. You feel me? So, listen, man, nice result, but at the same time, there's bigger problems at Arsenal that needs to be addressed.
Yeah. Nah, 100, man. 100. Well said. Natstar. Big up Natstar, man.
Big up always.
Natstar. We won 5-1. I don't know how you felt about that. I'm sure you were happy. But after that, we didn't sign anyone in the transfer window. How do you feel about that, Natstar? How do you feel? How do you feel about Arsenal stabbing us in the back like Abba stabbed Arteta in the back? Because we feel stabbed. Yeah, we feel stabbed in the back. But yeah, how do you feel, Natstar? What's your thoughts?
My thing is that, the result was great. I think it was more the scoreline, because we've been panned by City, panned by Chelsea in the past, as you know, even Liverpool, Man United, eons ago and all of that. And it's just nice to get that win. Haaland, he's a great goal scorer, but as a player, when you shut him out, I know he scored one, but other than that, what did he do? Fuck all. Let's be real. He ain't all that. But it should have been 8. Stay humble, and all of that shit. I love all of that. But at the same time, when it comes to like the transfer window, I didn't expect nothing. And if you don't expect anything, you can't really be that disappointed, at least in my eyes. So it's just like, we know Arsenal are not going to do what's required. It's not even the bare minimum. Like I've mentioned before, Guns has mentioned before, we could have got Morata for 10 million. That's nothing to Arsenal. We all know this. Because when you look at Havertz, yeah, you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of a lanky Theo Walcott, bruv. Like when there's no pressure, or when he doesn't have that much time to think about it, does well. He can slot it here and there, in the corner, top bins, whatever. But when he has time on the ball, it all goes pear-shaped. Like the thing is with Havertz, he's not a starter for me. Not a top club. Like if you bring him on, a bit like Odegaard as well, you bring them kind of players on, like when you're 2-3-0 up, slow the game down and all of that, they're perfect. And then Havertz can put the elbow in, he can put the boot in. We've seen that before. That's what you utilise him for. Now, he's not worth 65 million. He's barely worth 25 million. But if he's utilised like that, I'd be like, cool. But when you pay 65 million for a midfielder and then you convert him to a striker, I expect goals, innit? And if you're not scoring, you better be creating. Do you know what I'm saying? Best believe that. Like, and it's just the same old story. Like, we'll probably go up to Newcastle. We'll perform better, but is it going to be enough? Probably not.
It's a lot to do.
So it's just really like the same old shit. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, like, if we won up there 1-0. But because we lost the home leg, like, we played better, we won the game, won the battle, but we lost the war, innit? And at the end of the day, we can't do enough to win the war and get over the line. Even Arteta knows. We can say he cares all he wants, and I believe to a certain degree he does. We know he wants to win. But when you want to win your own way, and you've had all that money, all that time, all that backing that no other manager has got. I'd say bar Wenger, because even if Wenger had the money, he wouldn't spend it. But with this squad, we know he would do better, even now. Let's be real. You have to deliver. This is the time, this is the season where he will be judged. And I even said it, the Havertz signing will kill him. Unless he makes some drastic changes and it's like letting the shackles off and just be like, okay, if we concede 1 or 2 goals, you know, we got Chelsea coming up later down the road, Man United, we got to play Liverpool away. Now that's the big one. Other than the other teams around the April, May point, just let the shackles off. You know, outscore the opposition like what Unai Emery did. Because for all of Unai Emery's flaws, right, one thing I always loved about that manager was he changed stuff, innit? When it didn't work at half-time, he'd always change it. He knew his defence wasn't great. That's why when we had Oba, when we had Laka, and when Ozil was there, he'd let them do his thing when we had the ball, especially in the final third. But with this manager, up until like the second half, and even then, I believe personally, the players were like, just fuck what Arteta's saying, fuck what Legohead's saying. We're going to win this game. We're going to take it to them. And we saw it. My biggest frustration is, why don't we see that every week? Why don't we see that every week? So now I want to see it every week. Whoever we play in the Champions League, I want to see that. But I want to see a 90-minute performance as well.
Natstar, maybe you will. Maybe, sorry to interrupt you.
Go on, mate.
Maybe the players are thinking, Arteta, we're going to play our way.
I hope you're right, James.
What we want to do. And may I just quickly, very quickly, before you come back in, Natstar, all the people that have jumped on from my channel to come and support these gentlemen, go like and subscribe to all their channels. Unique 79, Legend, Andy Hart, Terence. Yeah, I do talk it, mate, and I know I love him. Your dad, Aaron. Love him. Yeah, I do talk bullshit, right, mate, and I love you for it. William Holmes, Mama Flossie, they've all jumped across to support this channel. And please like and subscribe to all of them, because these are proper fans. And I appreciate all of you for coming across to support these gentlemen.
Cheers,
thank you very much. And I
appreciate that, Jared, man. Appreciate it.
100%. 100%.
Can I ask a hypothetical question on Havertz? Yeah. Let's just assume he has a transfer this window, right? And he only goes to another Premier League club. How low does he go down? Because it bloody ain't going to be up.
20, 30.
He goes to a Southampton.
Oh, definitely Southampton. Yeah, Southampton.
No. No. I don't think Southampton. I think maybe a Brighton or someone that can play 8th place. 8th. Nah.
Yeah, we have to think about the wages.
Kind of like
when these teams take Havertz on the wages that he's on almost 300k a week.
Nobody will take him on the wages. He'll take a pay cut. Let's say he has something to do in the UK. Is that what you're asking, Aaron? Because it's a hard question. When it comes to
and pretty much just sort of it's the gist of it is trying to find his level, because ultimately I'm saying he's not a top striker that you're going to need to win the Premier League. He's probably not a top 4 striker. That's sort of where I'm sort of getting. Yeah, is he a mid-table?
The thing is, Darren, I hear what you're saying, but my thing is like he's not a striker. Period. He's a number 10, really and truly. But
he's
even
not
then,
10.
Exactly, the number 10, and I've said this before in here and other channel. I think it was Northside. Like the number 10 that I want, that I've had my eyes on, that you know in the Bundesliga is Florian Wirtz. Everything that Wodegaard isn't. Now, Wodegaard didn't do too bad on the weekend. Yeah, he scored and all that. Cool, fine. But what Wirtz does, Wirtz takes the ball and he doesn't say much, doesn't need to, but he commands respect and he commands the whole pitch. Like he's the conductor. You know, whether it's the centre-backs, the full-backs, the keeper, anyone in midfield. But once he gets the ball, you know he's going to create something. And there's always magic round the corner. Whereas with Odegaard, we're just waiting. It's like waiting by a London bus stop, any London bus stop, wherever you can think of. You know, you're waiting for like, 10, 15 minutes, and it should have been there like 5 minutes ago. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sick and tired of this guy prancing around with the ball, and you ain't doing much. Like, just release the ball. They laud him up as like super high tech, high quality. I don't think he's the worst I've technically ever seen. But the point I'm making is, would even a Mesut Ozil delay releasing the ball as much as Ødegaard did? Never mind the Bergkamps and the Sami Cazorlas and the Nasris, and even Thomas Rosicky, despite all the injuries, Jack Wilshere, they knew when to release the ball. They could all carry with the ball, even if they weren't. Well, none of them were lightning quick. Ozil wasn't quick, but he already has that vision. Whereas with Ødegaard, I could think of a number of times where he's played the right ball at the right time with the right pace, weight of pass through the lines. But then these fuckers are talking like he does it every single game, and he doesn't. No. Even in the City game, there were a couple of passes at least that went astray. But I'm looking at it, well, if that's going to be the case, you might as well try and find that pass every time. So then most of the time it comes off, but sometimes it doesn't, like KDB. KDB's ball retention isn't amazing. But the reason why he's so great and has been is because he will play that pass. The intent is there. With Ødegaard, like, the intent is not there. So then when we get the ball in transition, slows it down, which is why if you're going to start him, he needs the protection, and I'd play him deeper rather than further forward, because when we're in our own half, I'm not worried because I've not really seen Ødegaard lose the ball when we're in our own half, especially on the edge of our box.
Natstar.
Further forward, like it just slows it down and all of that.
I think, sorry to cut you off, but like I'm talking about Ødegaard. I just think he is a number 10, but it's the certain games he can't play. So if the opposition is at Everton or Newcastle, I wouldn't play him. I would play him against the Brighton. I'll play him against the Monaco. I'll play him against the Girona, that kind of games. But I don't know, man. Big up to everyone that's locked in, man. Big up to everyone that's locked in that came from Jezzy's. Big up to everyone. Sorry for the comments. Sorry. We got everybody here. We're trying to, audio feedback. Okay. Sorry. I apologize. Okay, I apologize for the audio feedback. But yeah, big up Akers, big up Galvin, big up William, big up everybody's here. Newcastle humiliation, big up Mr. Robo, big up, man. Big up Akers. Newcastle humiliation can come in tomorrow night. Hey, we're gonna get onto that. That's a bit early for that. We still got the transfer window to go through. But yeah, big up Jason Carter.
I love that profile picture.
Big up Jason Carter, man. Big up him. Big up William Holmes. I'm not surprised. You know what to expect with Arsenal. We're not either. Yeah. Big up, man. Big up DJ Crane. How you doing? Hope you're having a good evening. AFC always. Big up, man. Mama Flossie. How you doing? Hope you're having a great evening. Oh, we've got a member from 10 months, Jez. Unique.
Yeah, Unique. He's a absolute legend, that man. Goes everywhere, follows, big supporter of many channels. The man is a legend in my eyes, and true Arsenal fan, man. True Arsenal.
Yeah, big up Unique, man.
Big up Unique, man. Big up Unique. Making those signings is absolutely deflating. Yeah, man. Our Arsenal fans making excuses about who was available. Well, no one's available until other teams buy players and then buy managers or get managers into their club, and then they're available, because Amorim wasn't available and a lot of players weren't available. But Marmoush, I expect Marmoush not to be available. He was bagging this team, but they paid the price to get the player. It's all bullshit, Unique, man. But big up. Thanks for the.
Even John Duran, he signed a new contract a few months ago. John Duran signed a new contract a few months ago, and now he's out the door. If you try to say that John Duran is available before the January window, you know how Arsenal fans will be. He just signed a new contract. Villa will want what do you call it? Exclusive price or something like that. They're going for 60-something million, bro. That's less than what we pay for Havertz. So, listen, man. Put the money
So,
down.
man, it's all about the money.
It's
It's all about the money, man.
Havertz
All
and
about the
Vieira,
money.
100 million. Man.
Man,
That's
the
madness.
money.
The money, you know. But yeah, and Jez, you got another one. Andy Hart, member for 20 months.
And he's been there for, well, basically it'd be 3 years April I've had my channel, and Andy's been there from day one. Absolute proper real one.
Big up
Talks
Andy, man.
facts, talks the sense, and these are the people. I mean, they're all dropping in here tonight. Rights Wildlife, he's here, legend, unique. William Acers, yeah, Mama's here, putting the links out. Big up, Mama. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, and what look, before we get back into what we want to talk about, this is the community that gets everybody involved, right? Yeah. I mean, Dales, I apologize, Dales. I subscribed to you the other night, and it's all about getting everybody together, promoting it, staying together, and saying what we want to see. Aaron, great channel, you know, all you gents, Natstar, Dales, you know, it's brilliant. And the fact that you're hosting this show tonight, right, and you're talking about the things that are important, right? Big up to you for doing it. Big up to you, because I'm fed up. I am fed up of listening to bullshitters out there. Certain channels, I won't name them because it's your show. If it was my show, I would name them. I would call them out.
Now you can name them. You can name them.
That's what I do, right? I don't give a shit if people don't like me. I really don't give a crap. But at the end of the day, all of you gentlemen here right now speak the facts. You say it as it is, and that's what we need. Because at the end of the day, right, there's too many arsewipe channels out there that will give fake positivity. They talk bullshit, right? Whereas you gentlemen, every single one of you right here, right now, say it as it is. And that's what I do, right? People may not like it, but that's what we do. And I respect every single one of you. Big up to all of you.
You can tell people who's being genuine from a mile off, can't you? Yeah. And you can sniff out them little weasels that are doing it, you know, just for a bit of clout. You can tell that they don't believe what they're saying, 100%. And that's definitely not what we've got on this panel. We've got proper people, man. And in the chat as well. That's why I love it as well, man. Big up, Jezza.
100. Big up everyone. Big up everyone here. Big up everyone. Jezza, love for that. Love and respect. That's all I got for you, Jez. But Andy Hart, evening Jez and panel. Well, that wasn't a perfect January window. I know. We feel the same. We feel the same, Andy, man. You know, we won a game 5-1, and then it just all went to, it was all for nothing, basically, just like that Netflix series. All for nothing.
Yeah.
Perfect January window. What do the Cronkies want from this team? Doesn't seem to be much in my eyes. Cronkies want top 4, told us before. But I'm feeling like they don't want to give Arteta more money. But obviously, I don't have enough evidence for that. So I'm just going to say that that's my point of view. But yeah, man. Big up Andy for the comment. Big up, man. Big up. Terence. Oi. That's your dad, right? That's your dad, Aaron.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's Papa.
Yeah, he's a word. Hey, big up Terence. Big up Terence. Jez, you legend. I may be a hammer. I'm forever blowing bubbles. But I know every time you open your gob, you're going to be speaking from the heart with common sense. I don't respect many people. Got loads of time for you, mate. Big up to you, Terence. Yeah.
Cheers, Phil. Proper the irons, that man. Proper the irons.
He is. That he is.
They won a trophy.
Yeah, we're going to tell him that. Yeah.
I don't care if it's not.
Aaron, this one's for you. He's going to learn.
I will, Father. Yeah, I will.
Big up, Dad. Big up, Dad, man. You not big up, man. Big up, you not.
Big up this guy.
Funniest guys.
Big up this guy.
He's funny, man. He's funny, this guy.
Time.
We got William, Skelly, and Ethan give me some hope for the future, but that's about it. But what if we sell them? What if we sell them? We've done it before. We've done it before, man. We've done it before. Big up Jerome Woods.
What's giving us hope for now, though? That's the real question. What's giving us hope for now, this season or the next?
Yeah. Big up, Jerome.
100%.
Big up, man.
Big up, man. Large up Rashid Panel. Big up Acres again. Donkey will go abroad on loan.
Rashid, you know you say about money, yeah? It puzzles me as to why we're not spending, and I'll tell you why. Because in the last 2 years, we've got a new Adidas deal, a new Fly Emirates deal, a new Visit Rwanda deal. We've renamed the training ground with Sober Realty. We've got Champions League money, 2 years. We've also got the seasons of our FFP books where we wasn't in Europe and in Europa League off the books. We also have 4 lines of merch we release. 14 rather, and we've only got 14 wins in the Premier League. Work that one out. Where's all that money then? Where's that money?
A merch for every win.
We made profit. Yeah, it is literally 14 all.
If we get a win, we're going to put out the merch and all of that. Wow,
100%, mate. The season ticket prices have gone up for the last 3 years in a row. I think maybe even 4 years, but I know it's definitely free. Where's the money at then?
It's always been there.
True.
Yeah, tell us we'll be able to spend what's been in the Champions League. Since we've been in the Champions League, how much have we spent?
All on them world-class players. Where are they at?
Where are the world-class players? We've got Champions League. Where are they? But yeah, big up Williams. Big up Akers as well. He was talking about Isaac, Bruno, G, Tonali, and Gordon will destroy Arsenal defense comfortably. I don't know about destroying our defense, but I think they will get through. How? I don't know, but they will go through. Because when it comes to crunch time, this team would fold. Even against the Southampton or a Leicester, this team will fold. Because they're losers before. The first time I knew this manager's a loser is when he lost his 4th place to Tottenham. That's when I was like, 100% out. I'm 100% out. That was the first time I knew that this guy was a loser. William, Odegaard slows us down. You can't play fast flowing football with him. That's what Natstar's been saying. He's been saying it. Yeah, taking my dog for us. See you all. That's a good one. Big up, Dad. Big up. It's not God. Bang average. I don't know about bang average. He's all right, but like he's not someone you'd win a league with. But yeah, you're a legend, Jez. Unique.
Not a captain either. Definitely not a captain.
Absolutely not a captain.
Insane.
What has happened to that captaincy, man? For like 3+ decades, we had Adams and Vieira. What the hell happened?
Even TT was good captain. Fabregas was good, but like I think after Fabregas, and when we gave it to Gallas, and then Fabregas, he was pretty good. But then after that, it was a joke. Thomas Vermaelen hardly ever played because he was injured. Captain Mertesacker was our captain. Didn't play a single game until the FA Cup final when we won it. Joke. Yeah. And then now we've got the PR merchants, not guard, Wodegaard, disappearing guard, Hoedegaard. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's a shambles, man.
Arteta himself being captain. Madness.
It's jarring.
Yeah. Easy to forget that, isn't it? Well, easy to forget he was the captain.
Oh yeah.
Madness.
No, man.
Big up Mama Flossie for trying to put in the links. Thank you. We've got the links in the description, guys. Yeah, sub and like to these people. Sub and like. Show some love for this for this community, man. The same way we show love, we expect the love, man. We only got these. These are the real ones, yeah. And someday, the truth will be out there, yeah. Someday the truth will be revealed, and you'll know someday how much you would learn from Jez. How much you would learn from Aaron and Natstar and Dels, like I learn every day from everyone I meet on YouTube. I'm not gonna lie, like I learn every day more and more. But sometime you will learn. Yeah. What's his name? Cat Williams said it.
Yeah. All eyes will be exposed.
Yeah.
They will have their judgment. All of them. All of them
Bobby.
will have their judgment.
100%, man. 100%. Someday. Bobby, big up, man. How does Aston Villa bang in a whole new attack and Arsenal do not bring in a single player? Ambition, Bobby. There you go. There's your answer. Ambition.
Even Tottenham look more ambitious than us in this window because at least they were going out for players, even though they got rejected by most of them. They still went out and still tried. So that shows me Tottenham are more ambitious to get out the route they're in than for Arsenal to win a title. That's what it says to me.
But we did do a PR stunt for Watkins, though.
Yeah. Now, apparently, have you seen it yesterday? Austin said that apparently that Villa came to us saying you can have Watkins for 60 million, but we said now we want 40. Then you have guys like Fabrizio saying, yeah, we put in a 60 million bid that got rejected. So which one's which?
Yo, Dels, I saw that, I saw that the other day. It was Ornstein, he said it.
Mm-hmm.
They said they put 40 and then it was 60. So which one's which? Is it 60 or 40? I believe in the 40. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think Arsenal
always
play
believe
60.
Ever since I saw us £1 million, I was like, this club, this board ain't serious, bro. This board needs
they ain't serious.
Big time.
They ain't serious.
Madness.
But yeah,
40 million in a lottery ticket, madness, isn't it?
Big up to everyone. Big up to everyone that's locked in, man. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Love. Show support to every one of these guys. Yeah, we're gonna get into the biggest problem that's happened this January. We won 5-1. We showed people that we have a team that if you build on, we might go out there and do something. Our team isn't like, with another decent manager, I think our team can win a Carabao Cup, can win an FA Cup. Yeah, I don't think they'll win the Premier League or the Champions League, but I think they can still win stuff. And Arteta just makes our team look bang average sometimes. It's worrying. We needed a lot of players. Arteta's been talking about thin squad. Nothing happened. Jez, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about 0 signings this January?
Well, it's come on. I knew we weren't going to buy anybody. This bunch of frauds, and I got criticised for this when I said this yesterday. I'm glad Arteta has been given no more money. I don't trust him because if he'd been given, that's argument's sake, 60 million pounds. I don't trust him to buy the people we need. We need that proper striker. Oh, they're not available. You can't buy them in the window. Well, bollocks. We bought Aubameyang in the transfer window, right? And we've never replaced him. So I don't believe that argument at all, right? That's the end of that one. Throw that one in the bin. We did that. But all we would have seen, in my honest belief, from this manager, right? Because it's quite clear to me, Edu walked out because he admitted he wasn't happy with Arteta getting his extended contract. He said it. Fact. So he obviously got the and walked out. I don't trust this guy at all to have spent good money yesterday or in the last 34 days to get in the player we needed. He would have bought a left back, another goalkeeper, right? Because he believes with what he's got, he will do the business. Well, I don't believe it at all. Look at what we've got now in the Champions League draw, right? One of our nemesis teams. And we've got to go tomorrow night up to St. James's Park, 2-0 down, carry a bag cup semi-final, and get it over the line. And I'll see people gassing it up. Oh, well, Newcastle have lost their last couple of games. Different game, gentlemen. This is the semi-final, right? They went to Wembley 2 seasons ago, lost to Man United. Newcastle want to go back again. right? And we're 2-0 down. If they go 1-0 up, we're in the shit. We ain't going to beat them 4-3.
Yeah.
We might, if we're lucky, get to a 3-0, right? If they go 1-0 up, or we might get to a 2-0 and go to extra time. I don't trust us in a penalty shootout. We proved that in the bloody FA Cup against Man United. We were shockingly poor. So where are we going here? Where are we going here? The manager, Arteta, has said we're weak up front. We're weak up front. So what did you do about it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And to sit here as an Arsenal fan and have to say to you online, I'm glad he had no more money. I don't trust the man. And the quicker he fails, and it breaks my heart to say this, the quicker he fails, the quicker he will go. Because there will come a point in time, Aaron, you're at the ground. I saw it in my day with Wenger. Eventually, it was the fans that got Wenger out. Right? In 2016, when I last had my season ticket, I saw what was happening. Fans fighting, fans amongst themselves. In the North Bank, I'd never seen that in my life. And I had a season ticket for 40 bloody years. I never saw fans fighting.
Cheers, mate. I've got it again on Sunday. When what's his name? When Havertz missed that opportunity for 2-0, I shouted donkey and was doing Eeyore things. And again, I was being sworn at by loads of people turning around going, why don't you support your players? Look at the state of it. Look at the state of it. How can I get behind that geezer? If it was his first game for Arsenal, I'd probably understand people being a little bit overly harsh. But we've watched it now for 18 months. We all know the geezer ain't enough. And if I want to do a bloody donkey noise, I'll do a bloody donkey noise. Do you know what I mean? He's crap. He's crap. But what you're saying is, Jez, is mate, there's already little rucks and things like that going on in the stadium, mate. I get it most of the time just for having a different opinion. Like I said, when I booed off Sterling, mate, I got called CUNTs, things like, mate, all literally for about 5 minutes after I had people shouting down and looking up at me. This is what we're dealing with, man. But it's getting like that. And can I just add a little point onto what Jez was saying as well about not trusting Arteta with signings? I'll tell you why we don't trust him. Pablo Mari, Cedric Suarez, Willian, Runnison, Matt Ryan, Nuno Tavares, Sammy Lokonga, Tomiyasu, Trusty, Marquinhos, Matt Turner, Fabio Vieira, Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko, Kivior, Jorginho. We're just carrying on. Mikel Mourinho, Calafiori, Raheem Sterling, Neto. This is why we don't trust this geezer. Look at all of them signings. He's made 31, and I just named about 25 of them that are absolutely crap. That's why we don't trust them. Not because we're spiteful and negative.
Aaron, all those signings, right? Yeah. Tell me one big name he signed. I'll tell you for why. Right now, they're all controllable. They're not big names. He couldn't handle Aubameyang. He couldn't handle Ozil. He couldn't handle lack of threat. He couldn't handle Guendouzi.
Yeah.
I mean, he got Guendouzi out the door pretty damn quick after that thing down at Brighton.
Yeah.
Right?
Didn't play again.
Damn sharp.
Yeah.
He didn't do it. He did not do it to Xhaka. When Xhaka disrespected, I was at that game at Palace.
Yeah.
Right? When he told us all the, like, you know, all that.
Yeah.
He didn't get him out the door, did he? But he did it with Guendouzi, and all he did was like grab the bloke round the throat and say, "I earn more than you." Well, okay, I don't agree with that, but that's football. That's football, right? This guy is a narcissist, arrogant piece of shit. He cannot handle. Right, the names, the big names. because they will stand round. Right, case in point, fact to you, right, gentlemen. Aubameyang turned up late for the Tottenham North London derby. He was making a statement. He was saying to Arteta, fuck you. I don't like what you're doing. I don't like what you're doing here at all. I don't like what you're saying. And I'm going to tell you, was it right? Was it wrong? It was wrong. I will say that. It shouldn't do that. You should never do that. But that was his statement. What happened afterwards, guys? He was kicked out. He was training, not at London Colney. He was training in a local training centre. Now that, to me, says two things. Lack of respect for the player, right, Aubameyang. Lack of respect from somebody who's just won you an FA Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just won you an FA Cup.
Which is in turn is the only credit he's got to keep his job.
You're throwing him out because he doesn't agree with what you're saying. I mean, it's quite clear to me. Aubameyang didn't want to play in the left. He didn't want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you look where he played under Wenger and Emery, he was playing a sort of 9-10 position, if you want to put it that way. He was floating. So at the end of the day, Aubameyang, up to you, Arteta. And what happened after that? Out you go. See you later. This is the narcissist, arrogant manager that nobody will stand up to.
Jez, they're all can I ask you a question, Jez? Would you, I know it's in hindsight, yeah, would you take not winning that FA Cup if Arteta got sacked 3 years ago because he didn't have the credit? Would you basically take the FA Cup back and get this manager out 3 years ago? Because that's what's kept him in the job. That FA Cup wins give him that credit to keep him on. Yeah. Otherwise, would have sacked him not on that eighth, but that second eighth finish should have been gone without that FA Cup.
He would have been gone like a year or so after.
Yeah.
I'd have said, I swear to God to right now, yeah, I'd have said, no, fuck off, Arteta, get out. Wasn't his team. Yeah, he claims it. And the absolute arsewipe also claims, well, I've won 3 trophies. He meant that. He meant that.
He did.
He did. Taking the piss, man.
Yeah, but too many people just don't see that he didn't mean it. And you're spot on, Jez. He's a control freak. We know he's a control freak, right? You know, Aubameyang ain't a perfect human being, but who fucking is? At the end of the day, right? Did he handle the North London derby situation well? Personally, I don't think he did. But I totally understand his frustration. If you play sports, I don't know, like Jez, you're a referee. Like, I used to play like rugby and football when I was really younger, but like mainly rugby. But it's all the same thing, really and truly. Like when it comes to management, if you're unhappy with a coach and the way he's managing, you know, yourself and all the other players, and you can see the bullshit, you can see the hypocrisy, because this manager's very hypocritical, right? You know, there's not many people that I've fallen out with, believe it or not, like coaches back in the day, albeit it was at lower level, school level, club, you know, grassroots and all of that. But the principles are still the same. If you don't fuck with the manager, right? Like anyone with a bit of character, anyone with a bit of nous is going to question them one way or the other, and they're not going to look favorably like upon them either. Which is what Aubameyang did. Now, did he handle it the right way? For me, no. But ultimately, Arteta has a track record of this. You know, there's a reason why it's called Lego Head. Yeah, you know that fake, you know, plastic black hair on his head. Yeah, it's wound him way too tight. Let's be real, right? The FA Cup. If we didn't win that during COVID, by the way, and then Arteta was sacked like a year or two later, I'd take that all day long, because I've got more faith in another manager, even like an Eddie Howe, for example, of winning us trophies later down the line, easily, even with the players that we've got now. And more importantly, would another manager like all these other players that Arteta has in the last 3 years, 4 years. I don't believe he would. Other than Thomas Partey, Kieran Tierney's still here, just about. He's the only one that was starting in that FA Cup final, and it's no coincidence. It's no coincidence. And the whole circus, this whole charade, I believe personally, will end at some point. Now, the win on the weekend gives him a little bit more time. But again, once we get that dip again, whether it's before April or during and after April going into May, which will happen, then like it's for me it's curtains for him. For me it's curtains, because I don't see how this guy can manage Arsenal Football Club much longer without winning. Because, fans are fighting at the stadium again, or have been. Like, do you know what I'm saying? People getting called out like yourself, Aaron, just for having an opinion. And like I said before, if I was in the stadium, I would tell them exactly where to go. But this isn't unique to football. I've seen it in rugby. Even like going to a few Premiership games as a neutral fan, I've had to tell a few fans where to go. Do you know what I'm saying? Most of them are fine, but there's always one or two in it. There's always one or two that want to pipe up, yeah? Tell them where to go, and they don't say shit for the rest of the game. I was like, well, if you want quiet, watch it in the comfort of your own fucking home. This ain't a library, mate. If you want quiet, go to the library, go home, and piss off.
Yeah.
When you have multiple people at
a
certain event, yeah, expect some level of noise, especially if you're supporting your team and you're doing well, and goals, tries, whatever the case, is being scored and that. Like what are we doing here? It's a cultural problem. This is the point I'm making ultimately. It's a cultural problem. It's not just our club. You see it in the Premier League. You see it in the Premiership. I'm sure you see it in other sports as well in this country. It's a cultural issue. And it won't change until enough people go, enough is enough. We've had enough of this circus. We've had enough of this PR bollocks. We've had enough of this. We've had enough of that. We've had enough of people getting propped up for literally no other fucking reason other than for diversity and bullshit like that. Because once that goes, in my eyes, I would just say clean slate and get back to basics, winning. Yeah, now, being Arsenal, I want to win with style. But at the same time, if we stunk our way to a Champions League, yeah, you think I'm going to care? George Graham settings and all of that. I would love nothing more than to win every single game 1-0 in the knockout stages from now until the end of the season and win it. I'd love nothing more. Arteta can play the stinkiest football ever. But if he gets it over the line, I'll give him all the praise and all the credit. But is he going to do that? No. Are we going to win the league? No. Are we going to get through against Newcastle tomorrow? I don't see it. And ultimately, it will fail him because time after time he refuses to get over the line. And that's the start and finish point. That's the be all and end all for me. So
we've got half a decade of proof now, haven't we, mate? You know what I mean? It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
I just add to Jess's point real quick. One player I feel like he missed out was Pepe. Because I don't think guys really talk about it anymore. Because I remember in the 21-22 season, we're 1-0 down to Wolves. Pepe comes on the pitch and gets a goal and assist. We never see him again for the rest of the season. Reece Nelson does the exact same thing the next season. He gets a goal against Bournemouth, wins us the game, gets a little run and gets a 100k contract the next season. What happened to Pepe after he had his little cameo after Wolves? We didn't see him again and he left next season. That's what I'm saying. It's about preference, man. It's about control. Because Pepe is not a player that can easily be controlled. If he wants to do something, he's going to do it in the pitch. Reece Nelson, he's come from the academy. He's more influential. You feel me? So if Arteta tells him to do something, he's going to listen because this is his boyhood club, innit? So he wants to stay. He'll do anything to stay. So that's what I'm saying about Arteta, man. He wants players that he can control easily, bro. Because he has nothing within like his football pedigree. Even in his playing career, he has nothing there that players can respect. So he has to go with the players that are easy controllable because no one else is going to listen to him. You think a guy like, I don't know, like Sergio Ramos, for example, it's good to hear what Arteta's saying if he thinks otherwise. He's going to do his own thing. He's not going to respect a guy like Arteta. He wasn't even in the Spain national team at any point. So you think he's going to go up to him and be like, yeah, yes, boss, I'll do what we say, boss. Compared to a guy
he wouldn't even get in the England team, bro. He wouldn't even get in the England team because he could have easily qualified to play for England. And as poor as England have been for so many years, he couldn't even get into that team. Even though our midfield on paper is quality, we weren't doing anything. Why wasn't he in the squad? There was like Ross Barkley, Dele Alli, an injured Jack Wilshere when we got knocked out by Iceland. I know Arteta was coming towards the end, but you would think if he was that good, and even before that, like 2014 World Cup, 2012 Euros under Roy Hodgson, you would think he would get into that team, but he didn't because he ain't good enough. He was never good enough as a player. He's not going out to shit as a manager. But again, these fans won't realise until it's too late. It's head in the sand, ostrich settings, until it's too late. Once all the mayhem is going off around you, yeah, and then you get your head out of the sand. Oh, whoa, and then just like you see all the carnage, right? But by that time, it's too fucking late. It's too late. And then how much time have we wasted? We've wasted 5 years with garbage players, a useless manager, fans that are piss poor, no standards, no bottle, no nothing about them. And then they have the nerve to tell like Jez that you don't know nothing. You're talking crap. You're this, you're that. When you're just clout chasing. I'm not hearing it. I don't want to know. Do you know what I mean? You know, they can go to hell as far as
I get it all the time. And to be honest, you Natstar, I just laugh. I just laugh.
It's a joke.
It's the biggest insult I've ever heard, people saying that Jez has got no IQ. The geezer's got 1920 odd brand spankers, pretty much. What's it called? The match day program in his fucking loft. Do you know what I mean? What are we talking about? No IQ. It's in his blood, mate. Absolutely in his blood. Say there's no IQ.
100%.
100%. So disrespectful. So disrespectful.
If it was any other proper club, any of the younger fans would give Jez the utmost respect, right? But because it's Arsenal, classy Arsenal, we turn the other cheek. Give him abuse and all of that, and others as well. It doesn't even shock me. It's beyond embarrassing. It's disgrace.
Yeah, I think what the problem is with our football club, we've become a brand, right? A lot of the diehards that I went to games with don't go anymore. I know they don't. I talk to them. I meet up with them a couple of times a year, and they can't be asked for it. They've moved away to the Shires, as I call it, like I have, and they can't be asked for it. They can't be bothered with it. And these are proper wrong. Some of them, back in the day were proper wrong ones.
You've all earned your stripes, Jez.
And all that.
You've all earned your stripes, mate.
They've moved away, and I was chatting the other week with a couple of them on a private stream, and they were saying like some of the melt Arsenal fans now we've got, like they give it all the big one, give it all the all the Monty and all that, all the big one. They run. The first time they came up against a firm, they run like a bunch of little kids,
little bitches.
You know? And I'm not saying I was.
They are kids.
I was not. Right, but unfortunately, sometimes wrong day, wrong occasion, you're in the wrong place, and whatever. But it is what it is. But a lot of these fans now, they're not proper, real, and I get it to a point. I do get it, because if you want to spend $1,500, $2,000 on a ticket on a website, well, good luck to you. If you've got that sort of money, then I think you're a fucking idiot, personally. Because I can think of a lot of better things to spend that on. But that's the way it's gone, gentlemen. And it's a problem. It's a problem. Because that is what Arsenal, West Ham, Chelsea, Man United, that's what they want. 100%. They don't give a shit about you. Rashid, they don't give a shit about me. They don't give a shit about you, Aaron. Dells, they don't give a shit about you. Natstar, Aussie, they don't give a shit about any of us. All they
100%.
want, the money. Give me the money. Give me the money. Give me
Yeah,
Show me
It's all about
money.
it's all about the money,
For a
people.
shitty hot dog. Yeah.
I'll give you, I've got
It
to
is.
bounce about 5 minutes, but yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
Big up.
Hey, listen, what better way to put it? But yeah, the number speaks for itself. 1967. Stop it, please. Respect. But yeah, hey, big up. Aussie's here. Big up, Aussie,
Big
bro.
up.
We were
Here
just
he
talking
is.
about this this dreadful transfer window. This long transfer window where every one of us was refreshing Romano's page day in, day out. I know I was night and day, every 1 hour, refreshing that Romano page, waiting for something to happen.
You
All I
wasted
saw
your
was
time, bro.
100%, man. I know, I did, man.
I
Definitely.
I
wasn't
did.
bothered, bro. I knew we wasn't signing anyone, and I'm kind of happy we didn't sign anyone because my point of view on this is very simple, yeah. And I've said this before, and I sound like a broken record, but it needs to. It's a very valid point that a lot of people tend to dismiss, and Aaron was kind of on it just before I kind of jumped in. You know, this guy signed how many signings? How many of them have been good? Do you trust him with any more money to make any more good signings? No, I don't. He signed Havertz, let him die on that sword. Very simple, and that's all I have to say in terms of the transfer. He made his
Well,
signings. He's got his players. You can't tell me he hasn't got his players and make excuses and whatnot, bro. You've basically signed enough to build 3 squads, yeah, over 30 players, yeah. If you want to build 3 squads, that's 33 players. I'm sure he signed about 30, 35, give or take, yeah. So you've
31, I
signed
think.
enough players to eventually build 3 squads, yeah. And you're trying to tell me you still don't have a solid first 11 because you've made shit signings that ain't worked out. Well, whose fault is that? His talent ID is atrocious. His profile of getting a player to play in certain positions is atrocious again. The few players that he's got it right with have been by luck. Like Ben White, for example, brought in as a centre back, moved to right back, he's done all right. Timber, that was brought in to play as a left back or a backup centre back, is doing all right as a right back. You got Thomas Partey, Declan Rice, and maybe Raya there as well.
Gabriel,
And
they're the only
Gabriel.
little handful of signings, though.
Yeah,
It's only a
it's
handful.
5 names out of 30. And Aaron, you mentioned about 20, 25 of them that have been totally rubbish.
Abysmal.
So why are we gonna give this manager any more money and make it out like, oh, he's gonna make the right signings that is gonna get him over the line? It's not his first year, it's not his second year, it's not his third year, it's his 5th fucking year.
Yeah,
bro.
absolutely. Fact.
Like if I was to sign someone, I'd expect, bro. You know, like when you're a junior and you come into the first job, you make mistakes in it, but you say, "Listen, all right, cool. Like you've gone wrong here. This is how you fix it." If you make the same mistake again and again and again, bruv, you getting about what? 3 chances. You might get 2 warnings, and then the third one, bruv, they're telling you, "No, sorry, man. You keep fucking up, bruv. You need to go out the door." How many signings has this manager fucked up on? Yeah, too many, bro. Just to add another point, we're gonna lose potentially Thomas Partey in the summer, That's 45 million. Kieran Tierney is going in the summer, That's 25 million. How much is that? That's 80 million. That's about what? And then we're going to lose Jorginho as well, which was about another 10, 12 million.
Yeah.
But you got about 80 plus million there just gone down the drain. Add all the wages. Bro, that's 10% of what this manager spent in 10 years gone down the drain. Like, what we doing here, bro? Like, bro, everything that is, bro, the facts are there to be seen. That this guy signed players is failed.
Ozzy, sorry to stop you, but Jez needs to leave. You know what I'm saying? Sorry to stop you, bro. You were on the run there. I can't lie. It was. But Jez, thank you for being here. Anybody that's not subscribed to Dress,
I could sit here for another hour talking with you, gentlemen. Seriously, this. Unfortunately, I've got the bunts because the wife's cooking us a lovely dinner. But I could sit here for another hour talking about this because this is a great chat. And it's always nice, may I just say this, it's always nice to sit here with proper people that can have a conversation. You know what I mean? It's great. There's no bullshit here. It's proper talking. And I just wish I could stay for another hour with you guys. I really do. But Rashid, thank you, mate, as always, for inviting me on. Aaron, Ledge, Del.
We need to have you on, Jezza.
Hope your channel develops. I've subscribed. I'll put you out there. So hopefully more people will come over to you. Natstar, love talking to you. I'm going to have to drag you on my channel very soon.
Yeah, we can make that happen, Jez. I appreciate that. Yeah.
He's got eye for potential. Eye for potential.
Tactics.
I love your comments. Love your comments. And gentlemen, I'll have to go, but I'll catch you all very soon. Thursday night, I'm doing this history shit with Kenny and DJB, and we're going to be talking about our views of the greatest Arsenal strikers of all time in our lifetime. I mean, we're not going back to the 30s because obviously we weren't around. Although people say I was, but I wasn't.
So no Cliff Aston, basically, Jez. So he's ruled out, basically. Yeah, those kind of players.
So we're going to talk about that, and then the next one will be the midfielders, and the defenders, and the goalkeepers. But anyway, gentlemen, love you all. Thanks for having me on, as always, Rashid. And I will catch you all very much later. Take care.
Big up, Jez.
Take care, Jez.
Au revoir, my friend.
Big up, Jez.
Au revoir, my friends. Yes. Big up to everyone that's locked in, man. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Big up. Bro, Ozzy, you were on the run there. I'm sorry to stop you, bro, but you were on the run.
Bro,
I can't lie.
You know what? Like, bro, you can't. People think, oh, yeah, we just don't like Arteta because we want him out, bro. The facts are there to be seen why this man is not the guy. You know what I'm saying? Yo, where's
he'll be back. Just keep going.
Yeah, we've had this on the last show, even when I was here. Yeah, he'll be back. We will still be there.
I was saying, bro, we can come up, bro. We could sit here for literally till next week and come up with points where this person is not qualified, to take the club forward. He's taking the club as forward as he can. Like, it is what it is. Bro, if I'm a businessman, and I say, yo, like, you're the project manager, I want you to build me this building or build me this house or this business. And I say, okay, the budget for the business is X amount, And then you say to me, oh, well, we miscalculated for the tiles. We need more tiles. We've miscalculated for this. We need more that. We've miscalculated for that. We need more that. And I've given you money every year. And then the deadline for the project was meant to be, last year, because they said it took Klopp 4 years. And you said, nah, you know what? Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Next year, I'll deliver. and I've given you more money. I said, listen, all right, cool, yeah, and you failed again. Like which businessman in his right sense of mind is going to keep funding something that he keeps losing money in? Like from the Cronkies, from a business sense, yeah, they're probably looking at this thinking, we've never spent this amount of money in our lives funding this football club, yeah. They've probably put in more money into Arsenal in the last 5 years that than they've put into the rest of their businesses. I don't know, maybe, you know. And they're thinking, you know what? We've won here, we've won there, but we ain't won at Arsenal. Why are we gonna keep funding something that's a losing, that's not delivering?
But they're making money, Aussie,
You know,
though, so they're winning.
Can I just say one thing to that, though? I think it's not even about us, the Cronkies, not wanting to spend money because they feel like Arteta has wasted it. I feel like it's a thing where they've reached their goal now.
if they reach their goal, then we need to hold. Do you know what the thing is? The thing is, yeah, is the manager is a big problem, yeah. But at the end of the day, in terms of backing the manager, you can't fool the Cronkies, yeah. But in terms of them backing the wrong horse, that's where they need to be held accountable on.
I'd say the board as well, Ozzy. Like for me, yeah, like the reason why, like Josh, because we know it's Josh that's like running this thing. It's not Stan. Stan don't know what fucking time it is. Let's be real, right? When you look at the amount of money that we make, right? Merch, sponsorships across the board, like the Fly Emirates, the Adidas deal, and all of that, ticket sales, and then you got like all the food and all the other, you know, things that come under that, etc. You know, paying all the staff, things of that nature. Yeah, Josh is looking at it like, do you know what? I'm not going to give you any more money, but I'm going to keep you here because everywhere else at the football club, because like Jez said earlier, it's a brand, but we're in the green. But when it comes to the wages and everything else, right, you know, it's getting a bit techie. Do you know what I'm saying? And there's clear mismanagement on the football side of it. So the board level, there's no recruitment, there's no scouts, and then basically on the pitch. So off the pitch,
we're not learning though, Natstar.
Yeah, of course they're not learning, but a lot of it is the board. They're more like stakeholders. They're not shareholders because obviously Josh is running the team. So it's like, okay, we're a brand and all of that. We're making all this money with the merch and the ticket sales, the food and all the sponsorships, the TV deals and that. But at some point, even then, yes, I criticise the board heavily, and they have to be criticised because they've been here the longest, best believe. But then at the same time, you've got to look at Josh and be like, yo, like, you're allowing all of this shit to happen. You can easily just get up out of your ass and just be like, you know what? Enough is enough. We can get better. We could even get younger managers now that are better than Arteta. Look at the Brighton manager. Because if you want this young manager model, Arteta ain't even the best young manager. Even at the time and even now. You're telling me the Brighton manager couldn't do better with 750 mil at this point?
And that's just this league.
He gave him 5 years. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the way he plays, yeah, but he doesn't have the players at Brighton. He'll have the players here. And do you think he's going to make those signings as well? Again, I go back to it. Is he going to make the same signings? And would other managers make the same signings that Arteta would? They wouldn't. I know they wouldn't. Albeit it's my opinion, but still, they wouldn't. So the bottom line is, yes, we've wasted money. Yes, Arteta's talent ID is shocking. It's absolutely abysmal. But at the same time, you know, we the fans have to make all of them accountable. The board, the ownership, the manager. We'll make the players accountable, especially on match day. But it's not just game to game. I don't judge things game to game. I look at the bigger picture. So, for example, Aaron, you were getting shit from certain fans about Havertz not being good enough. Well, there's a reason why you can see he's not good enough. You go pretty much most games, nearly every game. I don't have to go to games to know that Havertz ain't the one. He's a lanky giraffe-looking donkey, bro. He even calls himself a donkey. Like what are we doing here?
That's
You know,
That's
Jorginho
that,
ain't it. You know, like there's so many other players that ain't good enough. You know, and then you got the likes of Nico Pepe, Laka, Oba, even Ozil to a lesser degree that are clearly better. Like I would take a juiced up Ozil over Wodegaard in a heartbeat. I don't care how much Ozil is juicing. I would take him right now.
He had
right
output
now.
still,
Give
didn't
him
he?
that
He still had
300k a
output.
week. Yeah. Give him that
Tranquilize him. Tranquilize him.
You know what I mean?
No. We're real to
That's what Ozil is. He's a tranquilized Ozil, isn't it?
the thing with Ozil is just his
That's
promise
what
off the
Coyote
ball,
got,
innit?
yeah.
Yeah, bring him out of
Yeah.
Turkey just one more time, yeah, and then you know, like he'll do business. And what?
inject some cow stems. Some cow stems, yeah.
You know
Let's
what though?
inject some cow stems in
We
it.
haven't learnt, yeah, because 5 years ago, mate, yeah, we were in this same sort of boat where we had Ozil on 350. Then we had that whole defence. Bellerin, what was he doing with 140, 50? What was Kolasinac doing with the same wage? What was Mustafi doing with that
Absolute
wage?
joke.
What was Mkhitaryan doing with that wage?
Yeah,
You can
Koscielny.
go on and on and on. And I remember him saying, coming out one month and going, oh, yeah, we're not going to be doing this anymore. You know what I mean? That's it. We're done. Fast forward 5 years, there's a whole new regime. So you can't even blame the old people for not learning. We've got a whole new regime. And what do? We have that season 2 years ago where we bottled the league. Martinelli was on 30 grand. Oh, we'll give him a new contract. Sweet. Buzzing. Why give him an 180 for?
Yeah, 180 is crazy.
Mate, Odegaard,
He's
I don't know what he was on, probably about 80 or 100. Why'd you give him 250? And now why are you
100, bro.
signing average? Do you remember the phrase that they used? I think it was Josh Kroenke, and he basically come out and he said, we are on Champions League wages on a Europa League squad. Now we're signing Europa League quality players for Champions League fees and Champions League wages. We're just back there again. Literally in the same thing, never learning. So take the point I was saying earlier about Kai Havertz, sort of where does he fit in? Who's going to bloody get him off our books? Other than maybe Saudi, no one in Europe is taking that geezer, which means we're stuck with him for 3 years. Oh, and guess what? Now we're also stuck with Gabriel Jesus for 285k a week. Why is that? Because he's not even going to be fit for the summer window. So we've got two geezers. One of them's not fit and one of them's useless on nearly 60k a week.
Zinchenko's on like nearly 200k a week, between 150 and 200k a week. Arteta wants to get rid of him now because that not old school, but like he was Arteta's favourite toy, no longer anymore, but we can't even get rid of him. I think we only have like 4 or 5 players that are under 6 figures a week.
Yeah.
4 or 5 players. That should not be happening. That should not be happening unless we're winning. Then fine, innit? If we were winning everything, if we were winning Champions League, Premier Leagues, and that, I'd be like, cool, innit? Fine, but we're not doing that. One FA Cup, and you got Havertz on nearly 300k a week. Do me a favour.
Absolute joke, man.
I'm so happy, Aaron, you brought up, man. I'm so happy you brought
Big
up.
up, man.
Just what he says, just what's it called? But I said this at the time when they were coming to guys like Martinelli, Odegaard, even guys like Nketiah and Reece Nelson getting the wages they were getting. I said this sets a standard because when the Saliba wants to get a new contract, when the Gabriel wants to get a new contract, Saka wants to get a new contract, they're going to be looking at guys like those. I'm thinking, them man are on the wages they're on. What about me? I need to be at least getting double what they're doing because I have double their importance. You feel me? That it just gets worse from there because now you have players that are supposed to be top players on wages that like you can compete with Real Madrid with. You feel me? Even though they're not Real Madrid level, at least they're not producing Real Madrid results. You feel me? So it's just, man, that's how it starts, man. But when you call it out at the time, people want to say a negative. People just want to say, oh, but we need to keep them. We need to hold their value and all of that nonsense. It's just like, bro, you can hold the value at the same time. If anything, it would be better to hold their value at around 100k per week because at least you'll be able to sell them on. Who's going to sign Havertz right now? Who's going to sign guys like Odegaard around the wages he's on? Who's going to sign Martinelli on the wages he's on?
But that's it, Dels. That's another thing. I just want to say like one more thing. Like we don't sell well. Yeah. When was the last time we sold a player for the right price at the right time? You know, inflation or this will be before inflation. The only one that I can think of really is Iwobi to Everton for 40 mil. Other than him, what if we sold well? And any of you guys can you answer
Chamberlain?
Yeah,
Willock maybe.
Chamberlain's not.
Willock and Chamberlain.
Yeah, so two, basically two. And that's it. We don't sell well,
Balogun, you know, that weren't a badish.
No, but even
thing,
then,
but yeah,
if we were Chelsea and we sold Balogun, Chelsea would get 50 mil minimum.
yeah.
And we all know this. They sold Amari Hutchinson, who was in our academy, for just under 30 mil. We're not doing that. We let him go for free.
Absolute joke.
6 months later, he
joke,
gets
man.
10 million. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Big up, man. But big up everyone. Big up the whole chat, bro. Big up the whole chat. We need to go through some of these. Vic. Well, go on, Vip. I haven't seen you in time, bro. I can't complain. I said 6 months back, I want Mikel getting no more funds. Let him fall on his sword. 100%, Vic, bro. Big up to you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're well. Hope you're well, bro. William, we don't even have a proper backup options for our key players. Yes, that's something we touched on, and I think the thing is that competition in the team just takes the team forward. I don't see any negativity will come out of competition in the team. Bro, if you do not want a player, if a player doesn't want competition or he's not ready for competition, he's not ready to play for a big club. Period, bro. But yeah, big up William. Big up Vic. Again, we did not see Leicester City have 6 phases to win the league. Yeah, same squad, nearly got relegated the year before. It's all on this coach. 100% it's on the coach, bro. 100% it's on the coach. Because this team can at least win a Carabao Cup or FA Cup. You can't tell me they can't. Fucking hell.
When this team can do it, they did do it for sure.
100%, man. Come on. AFC, big up, bro. My problem is the power given to this manager. Arsenal has to show that he is employed and comply, and we move. This circus is the problem. 100%, man. 100%. They gave him too much power, but I don't know. I think maybe the power's fading right now, but I don't know if anybody agrees with me. But either way, he's falling on his sword. He's dying slowly, man. He's dying slowly.
Yeah, the players ain't listening to him like they used to anymore. We saw that on the weekend. The players won us the game, not the manager. And once the players start taking it upon themselves, that's what I'm saying. Do this for the rest of the season and see where we are in it. Because then if we fail, and we look at even the players that we don't rate, if Havertz has a good game, I have no problem saying if Havertz has a good game. I've said it with Ødegaard in the past. Do you know what I'm saying? Saka's been up and down, but we know he's been running to the ground. Do you know what I'm saying? And there are other players. But why not start Ethan? Okay, we're starting Lewis Skelly. Cool. But Ethan has to start now. There's no excuse in it. Saka's pretty much out for the rest of the season. Jesus is out for the rest of the season. Martinelli ain't cutting it. Trossard's been very hit and miss. Ethan needs to start. Whether it's on the right or in the middle, but probably on the right because of the lack of attacking options. And again, whose fault is that? The bloody manager.
100%.
Do you know what, mate, as well? We've condemned ourselves to just them 4 players for the next 4 months. And do you know, if we've got a game tomorrow, we've got 14 league games left, and we've got two games in the Champions League, but I reckon we'll probably get past them. So let's just say we get to the quarters and that's it. That means we've got 17 or was it 19, I think, maybe games left to play, A maximum of 23. We've got 4 players. So that means Havertz is up top, right? So when he wants like a little bit of a breather, you put Trossard up there. But Trossard's already starting on the left. So who's his sub? All right, Nwaneri, if he comes on. All right, so now Nwaneri's on, who's subbing the striker off if he needs a breather? You've got one geezer covering for 2 positions, and you can't do that in the same game. It's ridiculous how we've left ourselves. We've just condemned ourselves to this. One of them gets a little sending off, and we've seen Trossard do it already. He could get 3 games suspended. Like, we've seen it already. We could get one of them injured. Let's just say Martinelli gets an injury or Havertz gets an injury. We've already seen Ethan get an injury this year. What about if one of them gets injured or suspended for 2-3 games? We've got no one.
Then it's panic. Then it's panic, Aaron. Then we're just going to panic, and then we're going to act like, oh, we didn't see this coming. Why are you getting paid millions?
In this position? 2 windows.
Thank you.
In 2 windows, we've signed Mourinho and Calafiori.
Absolute joke.
When you say it out loud.
Prepare to fail. If you don't prepare, you're going to fail. Simple as.
Bit of Einstein, isn't it?
Big up Philip. Since the UCL, Jess is not here, but still, since the UCL final, we have gone backwards. Guess what? Who joined our club? Who bought shares in our club in 2006?
Stan
It was the
Kroenke.
Cronkies. It was the Cronkies, Philip. There's your answer.
The stadium destroyed us,
Absolute
mate.
joke.
So they wouldn't
Absolute
have
joke.
bought. They
And then
wouldn't
they
have
told
bought
us about the
shares if we were
stadium.
still at Highbury. They wouldn't have bought
And
shares
then-
if we were still at Highbury. They see that as a business growth.
Thank you. Thank you. That's the whole point. Because we were worldwide. We started to be worldwide then. Then we were going viral. Everybody supports Arsenal from everywhere in the world. It's a curse and a
And now they're
blessing at the
trying
same
to
time.
upgrade the stadium, Rashid. Now we're trying to
Yeah.
upgrade the stadium from 60 to 80. So that's
20
basically a
plus.
20,000 increase. Why are they doing that? So don't tell me that they don't have the money to make simple signings. How much would a Morata have cost in the January transfer window? What, 10 mil? 10 mil? Milan already bought a striker towards the end of the window or whatever. We don't have to spend that much. But these fans will back it because a lot of these fans that are Arteta inners were Wenger outers, innit? They were the ones saying, spend the money, spend the money, spend the money. And they'll back Arteta because he's spending the money, innit? But if you spend the money on shit, expect shit.
Yeah.
It's very
You get what
simple.
you pay for most of the time, didn't you? You get what you pay for most of the time.
Big up AFC, man. 100%. Big up AFC, bro. Last season in the Champions League, we got 95. This season in the Champions League, we got 85. Where's the money going? We talked about that one. Trust me, where's the money going, man? That's always going to be the question. Facts, Aussie. And we allowing this fool to work experience, do this job. Absolute joke. 100% Vic, man. 100%, bro. You know Aussie, man. When he gets to the board, Aussie and what's his name? Macy, man. Hey, they go absolutely crazy, bro. Big up Macy, though. Big up, man. That guy. But yeah, big up. The Cronkies don't care about the fans, 100%, man. Nobody cares about the fans. Nobody cares about the working class, period. Okay? And that's the fans, okay? That's the fans. So you can kind of have an idea about the whole world, how it works, without us even talking about it. We need the owners out, 100. They had long enough to prove they want to win. They don't. Cronky out. 100%, bro. 100%. Let's go. Look, the private here. Big up, bro. Big up, Vic, man. Big up, bro. Big up, William.
Big up,
You
man.
can't. I wish we had someone like Santi in the midfield, bro. We need a techie player. We have too much of these stiff players like Rice and Jorginho. Not that Rice is not a good player, but like we don't have those techie players no more, you know. And that's where we suffer against low block teams. Players like that are the ones that open up teams. And speaking of low block teams, we've got a game against Newcastle tomorrow. And we need to win 3-0. It's a low block team. It's a team that we need to open up. We need to find how to find a way to open up that team and beat that midfield. Dels, how do you feel about that, bro? How do you feel about that in the game? How about you? You on, Dels? Hello?
I think
he's blocked. Yeah, he's froze.
froze.
He'll come back. But yeah, Natstar, bro. How do you feel about the game against Newcastle tomorrow, knowing that we struggle against low block teams, man? How do you feel about it?
I mean, it's going to be a different game to the City game. We all know this. Right? Like I said, like at the start when I first came on here, like it wouldn't surprise me if we go up there, we beat them 1-0. Do you know what I'm saying? But again, that's not enough. Now we could do a 2-0, but then when it goes to penalties or extra time or penalties, either way, is anyone confident that we're going to get through? Because I'm not. You know, even if the players do turn up and all of that, the thing is, and a lot of these players collectively, like I mentioned earlier, are realising that this manager is just sabotaging the whole team. He is basically a curse. Do you know what I'm saying? So that whole like Wenger curse that we've had ever since going to the Emirates and all that, like Arteta's continuing this cycle this fucking circus. And does anyone really expect anything to massively change? Like, you know, great result over the weekend, but in the grand scheme of things, what's it really going to do? It's going to do nothing. And when you saw what Tonali did in the first leg, you know, you saw what Gordon did. You see what Isak did. Now they've got Bruno Guimaraes in it. He'll tear our midfield a new one, bruv.
Yeah.
We all know we all know that's going to happen. So I want to know what's going on with these players. Like, are they at the point right now, especially after that 5-1, got over that City curse or hurdle, whatever, and just be like, look, we're going to give it our all, you know, bum what the manager says and all of that, and then we'll see where we are at the end of the season, innit? And try and win some major honours, innit? You know, go for the Champions League, go for the Premier League, you know, try and push Liverpool.
We should be going for the Champions League. If we were
100%. 100%. That's the one thing that eludes Arsenal Football Club. It's Europe. Chelsea have had a better record than us for the longest. West Ham have won a European trophy more recently than we have. And that was, what, a couple of years ago now?
And we were third. Natstar. Don't you think that getting third would mean that you would go for the Champions League? We got third. Why are we not going for the Champions League? Why are we not buying more players?
Yeah, because a lot of these fans and the board and the manager and Josh, they're all content with that, innit? You know, all of this league position. I've heard a gal multiple times talk about league position. League position doesn't mean shit. The only positions that matter are first, 18th, 19th, and 20th. Why? Because first, you actually win something. 18th, 19th, and 20th, you get relegated from this league. All the other positions don't mean shit. You're going to get a lot of money if you finish 17th and if you finish second. And there's not a massive amount of difference, especially in the Premier League. You know, other leagues are different, but in the Premier League, right, there's not that much amount of difference money-wise that you get from finishing from second to 17th. And this is what a lot of these fans don't understand. But now a lot of them are leaning towards, oh, we need a trophy in it. We need a League Cup. Well, they wanted an FA Cup, but we can't win that now, innit? Because Man United knocked us out on penalties. Oh, okay, what about the Champions League? Well, deep down, I know they're not confident. And then the Premier League, again, Liverpool, if they win their game in hand against Everton, they're 9 points clear, innit? And at this point, are we really going to catch them? No. And if we were 9 points ahead, would any of us be confident that we're going to win the league? No, because we were 8 points clear a few seasons ago and we bottled that. So again, it's just the same old cycle, the same old bullshit. And we're talking about the same issues, the same problems from top to bottom, and nothing ever changes. The only thing that will change is if the fans grow a backbone. Because like Jez mentioned before, the fans got Wenger out and the fans will get Arteta out. Because at some point, playing this way and definitely managing this way, keyword managing this way, right, will get him the chop at the end. Because you have to win. If you manage a certain way, if you're trying to, you know, run the roost a certain way in any walk of life, you better deliver results. Especially if
you don't have to at Arsenal, Natstar, though. You don't have to at Arsenal. This is the problem, yeah. If we get top 4, or actually it'll be top 5, and I'll tell you why it'll be top 5, because Opta released something and they said that there's a 98% chance now this season that the 5th Champions League spot will go to England. The problem is if Arteta finishes 5th this season, guaranteed a job. Guaranteed it. And I just can't really see us slipping down to 6th. So, mate, this is probably the only big club that you can just fucking finish top 4, never progress, never challenge for trophies. And like you quite rightly said, my friend, we will be here again, Groundhog Day, over and over, living this same season, year on, year on, year on. It's frustrating, mate.
It's absolutely. And
we know it.
And we know he has all the power as well. We'll be here at the start of next season. Yeah. I expect him to be here, as much as I don't want his Clark to be here. Yeah. We will be there. And trust me, in the summer, I know what Lego Head's going to do. He's going to buy, he won't buy a striker, I know that for sure, but he'll buy a versatile forward, a bit like Cunha, but it won't be Cunha. It will be someone else for similar price, but less quality. See, at least with Wenger bought super cheap. which is why I, at least for me personally, don't believe the argument that, well, if Wenger got 750 million to spend, like, he would do better. I believe he'd do better. I'm just saying he wouldn't spend that money, because we all know Wenger was always cheap, but he had talent ID. Arteta has to spend more because he doesn't have the talent ID. He can't spot a player. Like, he is literally a mini David Moyes. Remember, he came from, like, you know, Real Sociedad. So he's trying to get that Sociedad midfielder Marino, who's basically a double-decker bus, let's be real.
Oh, I'll call him Submarino because he's got the fucking turning circle or one.
Yeah, best believe. And then trying to get Zubamendi for the summer, great. And then Odegaard, because obviously he used to play at Real Sociedad at one point. He wants that midfield. But the way we've been playing is Stonewall, cold, Everton. It's Moyes. Forget Spursy, we're Moyes. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So it's like you have that element, but then you have the stubbornness of Wenger, and then the arrogance of Pep without doing shit. Do you know what I mean? So he's going to continue to waste money in the summer unless Josh is like, well, you're not spending any more, period. And it's just a slow decline of, like, and then trust me, here's another thing. One more thing I'll say. Once we start losing these players, so the Salibas, the Gabriels, because it's very likely that we're not going to win anything this season. And if that's the case, Saliba, Gabriel, Saka will look to be heading out the door, especially once he gets back fit. Other players as well. Trust me, once our core goes, we're fucked. Like, never mind finishing 5th and 6th, we'll probably end up being mid-table like Man United, because this has been long overdue. And once that happens, we'll be due a very heavy spanking. Pause. Like, and it's going to happen.
Yeah. Save Arsenal, people, bro. Make Arsenal great again. Yeah? Make Arsenal great again, people, yeah? Aaron, before Aaron, Natstar, what's your prediction?
Okay. Do you know what? I think we'll win this game, but we won't do enough to go through. So I'm just going to say, like, 1-0. We'll try and get the second goal, but I just don't think we'll be clinical enough, you know, because of Giraffe Donkey Havertz again. You know, like, I think Newcastle, they will play better, but I think we will turn up. It's one of those things, like, we'll turn up, we'll do enough to win the game, but not win the tie. So I see it as a 1-0, maybe a 2-0 plus extra time, and then we'll go out on penalties. But I'm going to go with 1-0. I'll stick with 1-0.
Fantastic. Aaron, give us a little bit about the game. What would you think about the game? Would you expect? What's your prediction? Let's go.
Yeah, listen, I heard Natstar actually say it at the beginning of the show, and he's basically saying, you know, it's typical sort of Arsenal. We'll go then, we'll probably win 1 or a 2-1, and it just won't be enough. When you said that, I was like, absolutely bang on, 100%. We've read this book how many times? We've listened to this record, come on, how many times? We've seen the video so many times. You know, we know exactly what's going to happen. We've been here so many times before. I couldn't agree with you anymore, mate, anymore. I can see us maybe 2-1. I can't see us getting a 1-0 because I think Newcastle will score. But it just wouldn't surprise me if we did win 2-1 and it just wasn't enough, which is a little bit frustrating because, you know, we had a real good opportunity to lift something and lift this trophy that we haven't lifted since 93, by the way, against Sheffield Wednesday. This is a long bloody time. You know, we're talking 32 years, I think, you know, there or thereabouts. Well, it will be 32 years. Not only is our European pedigree poor, but our League Cup pedigree is pretty poor. We've been battered in some finals and absolutely embarrassing that bloody in the Birmingham one. I mean, that was just absolute shambles.
Wow.
Absolute shambles.
That was Martins,
Martins and Chesney and Shelby are the best like Chuckle Brothers impression. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Dumb and Dumber and all of that. You know, to me, to you, to me, to you, and then it was
embarrassing, wasn't it? It's absolutely embarrassing. But one of the things I will say is, you know, I think ultimately it won't make too much of a difference. But having the performance we did against Manchester City, I wouldn't say I'm more confident as in like, yeah, I could see us doing something, but I don't know. You know, you feel a little bit better about the game. Maybe the players will be going into it that bit more confident. Let's just say, for argument's sake, they drew 1-1 or maybe even got a little 2-1 win. But you know, 2-1 when you're not jumping around. 5-1 win against Man City is a very, very, very heavy, good result. That sort of breeds that confidence, and it tells the players, you know, yeah, we can go and play big teams and sort of score goals. But this is Newcastle. I don't think they're going to give up many opportunities. The problem is with that then is we don't take many opportunities. We've got a striker that maybe needs 5 or 6. And we see that in his second opportunity where he could have put us 2-0 up, but he absolutely fluffed it. And we saw it in the first leg. He missed 2, 3 chances, at least I think maybe 1 or 2 gilt-edged chances where you think you've got to score here. Even if he puts one of them away, we're going into this game thinking 2-1, all right, it's not ideal. We're pretty poor at St James's Park, but you've got a chance. 2-0, I think it's a little step too far to go. But look, we've seen crazier things happen. I'm just not really double confident in it, you know. I think ultimately we will go out, and it really will be down to not putting our chances away in that first leg. Martinelli
so you're
hitting
going with
that post.
Natstar.
Yeah, I'm going for a 2-1 win for Arsenal, but just not be enough. And yeah, I could have almost copy and pasted everything he said. I totally agree with it. It just was
man.
right.
Hey, I'm going with a 2-1. I don't think we have enough to win 3-0. I don't think we have enough. We don't take our chances with the little chances we are going to get, because they are going to play a low block. So we aren't going to have as much chances as we had against City, which that's why we scored the 5 goals. But yeah, I'm going for a 2-1. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Big up to everyone on the panel, bro. You already know Aaron. Hey, like and subscribe to Aaron right now. Underrated as fuck, man. And Natstar, copy to paste to you, my bro. When are you starting your YouTube, man? Look, you've heard it. Even Jez was like, hey, I need this guy. Yeah, we need to sign him down for a 6-month loan and then see
6-month
what
loan.
Huh?
Yeah, sign me up.
With an obligation.
Sign me up.
with an obligation to stream.
With an obligation to stream,
With an obligation to stream, yeah. What one of them clauses in that contract? Yeah, we'll sort something out very, very soon. Very soon.
Big up, man. Big up to everyone. Big up Ozzy, of course. I think he's kind of busy, Ozzy, at the moment. But yeah, big up, man. Big up to everyone that's locked in. We're gonna go, hey people. I can't raid Northside, but I'm just gonna drop the link. It has everything there. Yeah, Rashid, Jez, Raid, big up the community, man. Show Northside some love, bro. He's a real one, bro. He's a real one. I swear. Show Northside some love, people, yeah? Rashid, Jez, Raid. Big up. And we're out, bro. Yeah? Everybody out. Apart from the set piece coach.